Okay, what a day, huh? Well, we were expecting a dead cat bounce, and it was going to be 1 or 2 days. So I guess we got this second day bounce here, and it kind of got fueled by the FOMC minute. When it came out, it really pushes the S&P 100. I mean the S&P 500, and Spider. Basically, I put out a chart that was saying that it's been kind of bumping up at that 186 resistance, and we're saying that see what will it bring after the FOMC minute come out. See could it take it over the top on above the 186. If it can't, then it probably will come back down and test that 185. So we all know what happened by now. If it's not, well, let me recap. So here's the S&P 500, right? And yesterday got a lot of lines here, but bear with me here. Well, let's take this line out. And yesterday we were talking about possibly getting up and maybe tag this particular level here, right? This little pivot. If it come up and then maybe come back down, or just come down and kind of retest this, March 3rd low for support. But you can see that it actually kind of exceeded the expectation, at least my expectation, because I didn't think that it will come up to this level here, which is somewhere around the 1872, up at this level here, these level right here. Okay, so it actually came up to this 1872. So it'll be interesting to watch what will happen tomorrow, because that's the next the next pivot will be somewhere around here, which is somewhere around, I believe that's 1878, something like that. Yeah. So it's be somewhere around the 1878 level. We might get a little push on that 1878 and then back off, because if we get above that and start running, we could be talking about an all-time high once again. And I think that will be a pretty quick move, consider this big drop that we came down, and just in a matter of 3 days, we take out the new all-time, put in a new all-time high. So we got to watch that. And like I said, we sort of expect that it wouldn't be surprised to get this up to kind of suck some of the dip buyer. Now the question is this actually the a reversal candle that will take this thing up higher to the next phase, or it is what we expect, that maybe it's just kind of suck in some long, and then then come back down and kind of trap them a little bit, and work itself back down to maybe somewhere down at this particular level here. Right? We're talking about this level somewhere around 1820. So we'll have to kind of wait and see what happened tomorrow. Because definitely right now, this 1878 is the level that we want to watch. That would be the key level, because then it would also be a three consecutive update. So that's kind of something that we need to bear in mind. So if we also looking at the spider, so the spider here, right now it's kind of budging up against this, 187 and change. I was kind of looking at 187.02, 187.04. Basically, that's what, one of these, level up here. So right now it could be, maybe, tagging this 187.73. So the spider is actually trailing the cash index a little bit. Right? The cash index is pretty much up here, and we're talking about maybe possibly testing up at this particular pivot level here. This. So we'll kind of keep an eye on that tomorrow, because it could be just kind of setting it up, and we might get a little bit of a negative day, a down day tomorrow. And if it does, then we basically have to look at this level here. Then once it come down and test this particular level, then you probably will start hearing people talking about maybe something like a head and shoulder pattern and that sort of thing. If that occurred, then if we use so let's just use the Fibonacci retracement tool and look at that 200%. Basically, it's 100% retracement here, down here in the extension. Then we're essentially talking about this. What's that? 177. So it'd be somewhere around this particular level here, right? These level down here. So these low that could be in play, but also we also have another pivot here. So that's the other thing that we kind of have to bear in mind. Depending, is this market setting up for further dip, or it just getting ready to take out the previous all-time high. Okay. So the next couple of days will be crucial. We need to see what the price action is, and that probably will give us some clue of where's the next general direction they're going to go. And then if we look at the Dow Jones Industrial, the Dow Jones 30, once again, we're basically kind of looking at these level up here. But right now, I was saying last night that I probably would not expect it to come back up to this level this quickly. But actually, we are within a stone throw, at that level, because right now we're talking about somewhere around that 16,452, and right now today it closed at 16,437. We're only talking about like something like 200. What's that? I think it's what's the all-time high here? Was that a 76 or 66? Let me get the, so it's about 230, 240 points away, less, from the all-time high here. So this right here is, 572.60. This right here is 76. Yeah. So basically, it's 240, less than 240 points away to a new all-time high. Okay. So, and if we look at the, the diamond, essentially, the diamond also coming up. So the next level, that pivot, we're talking about maybe somewhere around this 164.35. Okay, so on the Nasdaq 100, once again, it kind of bump up here, and we're thinking about maybe, maybe at most it will come and tag this pivot here, then it might come back, and then come back down and probably, tag this level. But you can see that it actually came up and come up to this level here now. So right now we're probably looking at the possibility that it might, come up and tag that level there. So, and that would be somewhere around this 36.25 area. So, and then the Russell 2000. See the Russell 2000, we talk about this inside bar depending on which way it breaks. So it's broke on the upside. So we're going to see would it be able to, get up to this particular level here, somewhere around 1165. Essentially is also this March 3rd low, this low pivot somewhere around here. So you're essentially looking at these, these level here as the next possible level. And also you can see in context, you can see that it's also in a little bit of a confluence with the 50-day moving average, and in addition to the 20 EMA. So you got a lot of technical, confluence here. So that could bring this particular level in play here. So we just have to keep an eye on that. It could easily tomorrow could come down and reverse and then come back down and probably test this 1130, 1129 level and get back down here to this 1120, 21. Okay. So those are, different scenarios, just that we have to map out these possibilities. What are some of the resistance and support level, and based on, different scenario, we just kind of, be prepared for those type of situation to play itself out. And then see if we want to take a look at the, Apple. Apple actually got into the act today. Matter of fact, Apple was actually sort of on its own again early on, and it was kind of moving out while the market kind of deciding where the heck you want to go. So Apple had a good day, and seems like it kind of bounced off this 521, and so right now it depends. Would it be able to continue to move up, or it might still come down and tag this 516, 515 level? So it's kind of get up this, essentially this trading band we're talking about, so it might, do this. So we're basically still looking at the breakdown at 551, and the support is the 515 level here. So essentially we're playing this trading band. Okay. And then Facebook also have a strong day. I guess there's some recommendation or upgrade. And essentially, we're basically looking at this particular pivot yesterday. Maybe it could come up and tag this level here at best. right? Or it could come back down because kind of just go to right to the gap and maybe fill this if we did not get a follow through on another update on this what we call suspect it might be just a dead cat bounce. So right now you can see that it's also went to this this particular trend line as well, and now it's coming up to this particular pivot here. All right, so we got to be worried about that. That might be the next level of resistance, somewhere around 62.80. And if we could take that out, we could be looking at maybe somewhere around the 64.90, this area here, okay, for the next potential resistance. So definitely if we get up here, then essentially we got a little bit of a, higher high. Then even though we come back down, then we get this higher low. Then we probably want to, maybe start looking for some swing trade setup for a swing long and play it back up to this 72. Okay. So, but we have to see what's going to transpire in the next couple of days. I guess tomorrow probably will be a key day on looking at these price action, and depending what kind of follow through or lack of it, that might give us a little clue of how much more of a pullback or the stock will have, or would it be able to set itself up, and maybe we start kind of start looking for some swing long or setup. Yeah. So and then Twitter have a so-so day. It's better than usual. Although we still got a little spinning top, but it is a inside bar. So it's holding up, this particular pivot here, this 42 level. So tomorrow we're going to see, would it be able to break above this 43, 45 area, or break below this, and then if it break below this candle, the low on this engulfing candle, essentially, that probably broke that 42. Then there's a good possibility it's going to start working its way down and probably get a little flush at that 39. But if it break above that, this high here, this 42, 43 area, this 43 area, then maybe it could come back and sort of, try to retest this 47, and might even work itself back up to that 50. So that could be the support that it might have found to kind of reverse this downtrend. So that's why, like I said last night, that even though it's down here, even though it's going to come down and like there's a high probability that it's going to come down and test this 39. Unless you're doing a day trade, you really do not want to short this guy because he only got a few dollars down, to try to capture that short. But if it reversed, then it could find support and reverse itself. Then all of a sudden you got trapped on your short position. So that's why on these you have to looking at not just only on the setup, but you have to kind of look at the potential reward versus the risk that you're going to take. So if that is not there, it's best to just kind of, let the trade go, and that's why I said, we just put on a watch list and then kind of watch to see how it play out. So right now, I'll still be on a watch list to see how it play out. I want to see, is this thing going to reverse up, and set up some sort of, higher low zigzag, or come down and, flush down to this 39, and I want to see, how it's going to behave, or what's the reaction at that 39 when it get down there. Then I will reassess to see, is there a good, swing short or swing long or whatever, right? Or totally just ignore it. If it's, once you're in doubt, if you're in doubt of a stock or in a setup, it's best not to go and trade that unless you have a conviction of believing, what you see is what you want to trade. Okay, but if you doubt yourself, that's a worse situation to be in, when you try to set up a trade. Okay, And then Tesla, actually Tesla wasn't that strong today because I think most of the day it was in a sort of fluctuating in a positive and negative territory and then sitting at a negative most of the time. And then I guess after in the afternoon when that FMOC, minute came out, I think it kind of pushes that up. So again, it seems to be hugging around this 50-day moving average. So again, we're talking about the possibility of maybe tagging this trend line. So right now it's still that possibility because we have these pivot here, these level here that it could come in and tag, which is somewhere around the 220 area. We did have a little bit of a doji candle here with a long wick. So, but again, there's still a good chance that it could come up to this 220 and then reverse itself. And if it can't, we're still looking at this gap fill, basically, right, these level here. Okay, and if it come down and break this gap, the support, and we're looking at this 193 somewhere. Right? So the technical picture for Tesla remain the same as we have seen it until it start, come up to this trend line. If it break this trend line, then we want to see how it's gonna come up to this particular level here, somewhere around 230, because then we could look at this, maybe something like that on a higher high, higher low. Right, then once more, then we could go and talk about the possibility of swinging it up back to the previous high. Okay, so and then the Google L. Right, so we're saying that it's sort of kind of what's here. We're thinking about that maybe it kind of overshoot a little bit and then come back down and then test this level for support. But as it stands right now, it seems to be holding up on the gap, and after the FMOC meeting, it kind of came up. So it participated with the bond market. I was contemplating about trading this, but I didn't really want to chase this guy when it opened up on a gap and then faded down here. Then you kind of hover around here. Then you just kind of, what if, right? What if it just continued to fade to the close? Because then you got that FOMC meeting minute coming out. You don't know what they're gonna do. Is the market gonna react higher or lower? And if we react lower, then all of a sudden, you are walking into this trap here, right? So because the other thing is we're essentially looking at the possibility of this 580. Right? So if it come up, it could tag this 580, then maybe we'll see what kind of price action it will entail once it get up there. But right now, there's also a good chance that it could do this. Right? So we just have to keep an eye on it. It's still in play, this area here, for Google. So okay. And financial, that's not too much of a financial actually. Let's take a look at Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs is really, I don't know. Although we got a little green day today, sort of like an inside bar, but not much of an inside bar. So we'll see. I mean, there's not much on the financial here. Even on B of A, if we take a look at B of A, it's kind of still hovering in this, this little band here. Okay, so we still need to see can it get back above this level. If it's not, and if we zoom down here, remember we have this major move from this head and shoulder pattern that we're still looking at. So right now this pattern is still in play. Now it could also, this thing could come up. For example, this thing could also come up here, kind of break this resistance, and then maybe work itself back down. Then all of a sudden you got the other guys that are looking and say, oh, look at this. Now we got a bigger, head and shoulder here. Then, then now you got a bigger major move, right? Then see what that level is. If I use my Fibonacci retracement tool again, right, so where we measure this, then we're talking about down here. Whoa, so essentially we're talking about somewhere around, maybe this level down here somewhere. So anywhere between, this, right, is in play. If we get it up here like this and then come down, right, so essentially we got this big, head and shoulder. So which one would you prefer? This one or this one? So it's all depend. Anyway, good luck on your trading. tomorrow.